Hello and welcome to Think About It, where we have two primary goals. One, to get you to think about it, and two, to just make more sense than biathlon, skiing and shooting. I don't know when that comes in handy. I want to take the next couple of minutes and illustrate for you how the advent of technology has doomed the liberals. Bear with me, if you will. I remember being an 11-year-old boy back in 1980, watching with glee as the United States Olympic hockey team pulled off the miracle on ice, beating the dreaded, hated Soviets, and just feeling like that was a moment of empowerment for this young boy as well as a nation. Now, as we fast forward to the year 2010 and we have that showdown between the US and Canada, things have changed a little bit technology-wise. Back then, you had to watch the game to really get the flavor. Today, you can get the game report as well as the flavor from a number of different sources because technology allows just that. In my household, just as overtime was getting ready to start between the US and Canada, it was time for us to go to church. Never fear, that's why we have a DVR. We're going to record that, come back from church, block ourselves away from the results so that we'll be watching it as if it's live, and we'll know instantly who won and will feel that same exhilaration regardless of the outcome. Except I forgot that things have changed and everybody else already knew the overtime had ended on the stinking goal by Sid the Kid. It ruined everything. We weren't even in the church yet when somebody said, "I can't believe they didn't win it." Technology, it has changed the way we gather information. It also used to be that there were 3 news networks that would provide all of the information on every important subject. Can you imagine the Cornhusker kickback or the Louisiana Purchase happening in 1980? Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, it probably happened many times over on both sides of the aisle because we just never heard about it. There were no cable outlets, there was no talk radio, certainly Al Gore had not yet invented the internet. We couldn't get news updates on our phones. We couldn't do hardly anything. We were reliant upon 3 news networks. And so I have no doubt that Congress got away with things like that left and right. Here's where technology is going to doom the liberal agenda. You can't get away with those things anymore. Charlie Rangel is going down. The Louisiana Purchase has been pilloried, and Landrieu will most likely lose her seat. Ben Nelson's Cornhusker kickback has been kicked out of most of the current versions of the health care bill, and every single time the Messiah makes a public proclamation about what he wants to accomplish through his takeover of your health, his actions head in the exact opposite direction. 30 years ago, that would have worked. He could have held a press conference and said, "I intend to do thus and so," and then the cameras go off and he does the exact opposite and nobody really pays attention to it. It doesn't work that way anymore, Mr. President. As much as you would like to control the messages in the media, the social outlets like YouTube and Facebook and on and on and on, the cable networks, talk radio, the blogosphere, every form of electronic communication is doing something that you don't like. It's calling you out on your lies. The provisions in the Obama version of the bill actually cost $200 billion more, include more government control over your health, higher taxes than even the Senate had proposed, and further puts the fist of government down your throat. Thanks to technology, we know these things. We didn't even have to read the 2,400-page bill, which, much like our elected officials, is proving to be a little overwhelming, don't you think? So now, as we head down the home stretch and we approach these days of a reconciliation effort to jam this through, I will offer to you that it's no guarantee that he'll even get 51 votes in the Senate, because you just can't hide anymore. So, yeah, I'll trade those irritating moments where somebody jumps the sports results that I wanted to wait and watch for myself in exchange for seeing the brakes put on the destruction of our nation, because these days, information is power. Think about it.